If you're watching YouTube trying to figure out the best place to move and Idaho is on that list, you definitely need to watch this video. There are some new problems that have been created in the last year that if you don't know about and you're trying to get moved here, could really create a lot of headaches and even nightmares. Today, we're gonna cover the 7 things you need to watch out for when getting moved to Idaho. Let's go. Hey, and welcome to Living Life in North Idaho. If this is your first time to my channel and you're interested in knowing more about what it's like living, eating, working, playing, and buying real estate here in Idaho, then this is the channel for you. Go ahead and tap the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so every time I come out with a new video, you get notified. All right, so today we're talking about the 7 things you need to watch out for when getting moved to Idaho. And this isn't just for buyers. This includes renters as well, and just newcomers. Even if you're visiting, these are some things that you need to watch out for. So make sure you listen to all 7 and leave a comment in the comments section for me, letting me know if you found these helpful and which ones you knew and which ones you did not. The first one we're gonna talk about today is interest rates. And I know that's a lot of people, if you're not even close to buying a house, you're like, why do I care about interest rates? But this is really important. And for renters too, because someday you might buy. And so you need to know that this is happening right now with what's going on in our market. So interest rates are up and down. They're fluctuating a lot. There's talks of them going up a lot. There's talks of them going back down. Nobody really knows what's gonna happen. But where this is causing problems is Tommy and Sally Jones come into town. They talk to a lender and the lender goes, hey guys, I got you qualified up to $600,000 at today's interest rate. You look at that payment, you go, we can afford that payment, but no more. So you go out shopping, you're looking at houses, you find the house that you want, you make an offer on it, and you get it. The problem is that now, depending on the day, the interest rates might have jumped up. Now that payment might be out of range for your budget. You might not even qualify for it anymore. We're seeing this happen. It's really, really sad, especially if you have your heart set on that house and you go, oh, we can afford this. And then all of a sudden you realize, no, we can't. It can be extremely discouraging. And if you're flying up here or driving up here to look at houses and make that offer, it can be a huge waste of time and money. So we found a way around this. Instead of just going off of that pre-qual letter, we work with lenders that are available for our clients pretty much 24/7. So if you're about to make an offer on a house, you can reach out to our lender and say, hey, can you tell me where I'm at today? Do I still qualify for this house at the top of my budget? They can run those numbers and let you know right then and there if you should be making an offer on that house. Now, this only applies for people that are at the top of their budget. If you have some wiggle room, it won't matter that much, but you definitely want an accurate screenshot of the moment you're about to make that offer. Can we still afford this house? Because interest rates are fluctuating so much, it is a factor you need to look at. The second thing you have to watch out for when you're getting moved here, this is for my renters. Now, we have a lot of clients that are moving up here. They only want to rent for 6 to 12 months. Get a feel for the area. Make sure Idaho is a good fit for them before they buy. And we totally support that. We totally encourage that for people that are on the fence. The last thing you want to do is sign a 30-year mortgage and go, yeah, I don't like it here. That would be really bad. So what you need to watch out for is the rental scams that are taking place. Because the rental market is so hot and the price is now so high for rentals. And believe me, I don't like this at all. It's not good for the market, but that's where we're at. There's a lot of scammers out there. And the difficult thing is in Idaho and in Washington, property managers and landlords don't work with real estate agents. So we can't really represent you in that. We do help our buyers. If they need to rent first, we will assist them, but there's only so much we can do. So what ends up happening, because the price is so high on these rentals, they're going on Craigslist, they're going on Facebook, which is great places to look in our area because there's a lot of people that are just kind of old school and they're like, I'll do it myself, I'll just put it on there. a lot of times you'll find good deals, but sometimes you find good deals that are too good to be true. And so you start talking with them, and these scammers, I swear, I've almost gotten taken a couple times, not on rentals, but on other stuff. They're getting very, very good at tricking people. And so if you're not aware of what to look out for, you could end up sending a deposit and losing your money. So what we do with our buyers that need to rent first is we will represent them in a way in which they can reach out and say, hey, can you just verify some of this information for me? Or if they're looking in an area that they're not familiar with, we don't mind picking up the phone, looking on Google Maps and going, yeah, maybe not there. You're next to the county prison, or it's not a prison, it's a jail, but you're next to a high traffic area, or this is a high crime area. There's not too many of those in North Idaho, but there's always areas that have a little bit higher crime. And so we can help in that way. But ultimately what you're gonna wanna do is make sure that whoever you're talking to the actual owner of the property, not a brother-in-law or a son who doesn't share the same last name. You can always look up county records, and I'll leave a link in the description that you can look that up so you can verify as much information as you can. Just never send money in a way that it's completely gone once you send it. Always send it through a platform that allows some recourse if it does end up being a scam, and just be really careful. And guys, if you are serious about getting moved to Idaho and you just need a little bit more information about what it's like living here, or you're ready to make the move and buy a home, reach out to me and my team at the number and email address listed below. There's also a website that's on there as well, where you can go and get an accurate snapshot of what is on the market. We absolutely love talking to people who've been watching the channel and they want to work with us. They're the best clients in the world. And so if this is you, please reach out to us. We can't reach out to you. The third thing you absolutely have to watch out for, and you want to get this information before you make that purchase. If there's some work on the house that needs to be done, you want to have a list of contractors. You want to get some pricing, because right now contractors are pretty dang expensive. The good ones with good reputations are very, very busy, and they're charging quite a bit. The newer ones to town that are cheaper, running into some issues, right? They are getting so overwhelmed and they're seeing that, oh, I could be charging more. And unfortunately, the integrity just isn't there. That's one thing I love about the contractors that have been here a while. If they've lasted in this area, it's because they have a lot of integrity. So you could end up buying a house and going, hey, I need this done, I need that done, and your house could be tore up for months, and you can end up going way over budget. We have a list of contractors that we really like to work with, that we supply to our buyers. I'm not going to issue this out over the internet because pretty soon they're going to get so busy they don't have time for us, but it is something that you really need to watch out for. This is a growing area. We're attracting a lot of people from different professions to this area. Not everybody's quality. Not everybody has integrity. It can lead to a massive headache. I've seen divorces happen over just nightmare situations of houses being torn apart. Money is stolen. It can be really bad. So you really want to be careful about that, and work with your realtor to find out who the best contractors are, and don't try to go too cheap. Try to save some money. I'm all about saving money, but don't go too cheap because it can really bite you in the butt. Now, this fourth one, this is a little bit hard for me to say, and I got to be careful because I don't want to disparage anybody. I think that in every profession, you have people that are really good, and then you have people that aren't so good, that don't have so much integrity. And right now, it falls under my industry as well as lenders. You got to watch out for desperate lenders and desperate realtors. And what I mean by that is the market has shifted. Not everybody is staying busy. There was a lot of people that jumped into the market in the last 3 years because you could just turn around and there was a buyer, right? It got crazy. But now those people who don't have very good marketing, who don't have a wide sphere, they're getting hungry and they're saying what they need to get clients. And one of the things that we're saying, that we hear are being said, and you got to watch out for, is, oh yeah, if you work with me, we have lots of pocket listings. Now, a pocket listing is a listing that is not on the MLS, the multiple listing service. It's a listing that is within their office that, for whatever the client has said, hey, I don't want this put on the market yet, just bring me a buyer. Those are extremely rare. The reason being is if you're a seller, obviously you want your house out there on the entire market. You want to market that to as many buyers as possible to get the best price. So unfortunately, you'll find out an agent will go, well, you have to sign this agreement with me to work with only me for the next 6 months, and I'll show you my pocket listings, only to find out it's their cousin's Daryl double wide next to the landfill. The other thing with lenders you really got to watch out for, we just came across this and we kind of laugh, but it's kind of sad. It's a massive waste of time and it's a huge disappointment. But when our lender, who is very straightforward, says, yeah, I can't get you qualified and I don't know anybody who can, you want to listen to that. Because if another lender goes, oh, totally, I can get you qualified, now you've put your earnest money down. Now you're in a situation where all of a sudden they get to the end and go, oh, actually, we can't qualify you. And I've fallen for this. I've been in that situation where they said, oh, we can totally get you that loan program. And then come to find out they can't. And they say, well, if you want the house, you need to come in with $30,000 more. That hurts. For young people like me and my wife, that didn't feel very good. And so for those people that just really, really, really want that house, and they're gonna listen to whoever says, yeah, we can make it happen, that's not how things work anymore. This is not pre-2008 where you can just state your income and they're just like, sure, here is money. There's regulations in place to make sure that doesn't happen. And believe me, as agents, we will do whatever we can to get you that loan, to get you in that house as long as it makes sense. But if it means lying, if it means squeezing some or bypassing some regulations that are in place to make sure bad things don't happen, we're not gonna do it. And really, you shouldn't be working with somebody who does that either. You don't have to work with us, but don't listen to the guy who says, oh yeah, I've got tons of pocket listings, or totally, I can get you that loan, no problem, when everybody else has told you no. The fifth thing you really need to watch out for when getting moved to Idaho is timing the weather, especially if you live in a rural area. Now, what I mean by this is right now, today, it was nice and sunny. It was beautiful outside. It was awesome, but it's false spring. We're gonna have another winter. It always happens. It never fails. We're gonna have probably 2 or 3 more snowstorms. It happens every single year. It's not a big deal to move when you're in town or a developed area when there's snow on the ground. There's snow plows, there's snow throwers. You just need some good boots and some decent gloves, you'll get it done. But when you're up in the mountains or you're in a rural area or out around a lake, you can end up finding out that, oh, actually, we can't get your stuff out of the semi truck or can't get it out of the U-Haul. It's just gonna have to sit there for a few days until the weather clears up. That can create a lot of problems, a lot of discomfort, and a lot of stress. So you really wanna work with an agent who will be honest with you to say, hey, I think you should maybe delay possession because you might not be able to get moved in there. If you're okay with rolling that dice, totally get after it, but your agent should be letting you know that that's something you really need to watch out for. Idaho's weather is sometimes very unpredictable, and having your life put on hold for a few days because the weather is bad can be a big problem for some people. For some people, they're retired, they're like, hey, it's an adventure. But for people like me that have a lot of stuff going on, that can be a cause for ulcers. So make sure that you put that into perspective and keep that into your calculations when looking at buying a house up here. The sixth thing you really have to pay attention to when moving to Idaho, your surroundings. This is for renters and for buyers, okay? There are planes, there's trains, and there's automobiles, right? We have a lot of trains up in North Idaho. There are some tracks where there's not that many trains, but a good agent will look into that for you. They'll say, hey, you have 60 trains that go through here in a given day, and it goes day, nights, weekends, it doesn't matter, right? You've got to watch out for that. We have private airports. There are private airports all over. I have a helicopter pad that's close to my house, so I have helicopters flying over my house all the time. Luckily, me and my kids love helicopters, so we don't mind, but if you're looking for that really quiet place with not a lot of ambient noise, you gotta watch out for that. There are things out there that can really cause where you live to be a stressor, right? And then there's also main arterials, there's roads. I know a lot of people that are getting moved to Idaho, they want that rural feel. They don't wanna be bothered with noises. They wanna be in nature. And if you're next to a main arterial, or you're next to an area that there's a development planned and you have an agent that didn't look into that for you, you can end up packing up your house again in a much shorter period of time than you originally thought. So you definitely want to do your research, or have the agent you're working with do that research before you close. It doesn't necessarily have to be done before you make an offer, but definitely before you close or before you sign that lease, know what's around you, because it's Idaho. There's a lot of stuff going on with wild animals and lakes and mining areas and all kinds of stuff. You really got to watch out for that. Last thing you really need to watch out for when getting moved to Idaho is private property. Now you might go, well, why do I need to worry about that? Because it's getting beautiful outside. A lot of people that move here, they want to explore Idaho. And why wouldn't you? 60% of it is public land. It's gorgeous all over the place, but there's a lot of land that is private property, and it's not always so clear which is which. Oftentimes you will see a fence. So if you have to cross a fence to get to somewhere, chances are you're on private property. There also should be signs every 200 yards that let you know private property, no trespassing, or sometimes there will just be spray paint on a tree that's orange. If that is there and you cross that line, you could be fined. I think the first fine is $500 to $1,000, and it goes up drastically from there. So you definitely don't want to be trespassing. And a really great tool, I use it just because I'm out in the woods a lot on X, is an app that will actually show you the private property and also who owns that private property. So if there is a place that you really want to access or maybe hunt, you can reach out to them. I would not call them, probably send a letter, a little gift, because these people do get calls a lot, and I wouldn't appreciate it if I had private land getting calls all the time for people to come use it. But yes, it's something that you need to be aware of living up here in Idaho, whether you're a renter or buyer or just visiting. If you're out exploring and you want to go up into the mountains, really be cognizant of those no trespassing signs. It might just save your life. Not that people out here are violent and just want to kill you, but they might be out hunting. They might be out doing something, and people can get hurt. So you just want to be careful with that. So guys, that's it. 7 things you need to watch out for when getting moved to Idaho. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this video, and give me a thumbs up if you like this video. And if you are serious about getting moved to Idaho, we absolutely love it when people reach out to us from this channel with questions, or they're serious about getting moved to Idaho. Phone number, email address listed below. Until the next one, guys, I will see you later.